Hello and welcome to this tutorial. Today I'm going to show you some a basic website which is to be created in Flash, CS5 or CS6, whichever version you have, using some built-in tools. I'm going to show you how to create buttons, and I'm going to show you how to create layers and how to navigate through different pages in a website which is made in Flash. So this is going to hopefully help you clarify some misunderstandings or maybe refresh your mind with how to play with layers, how to create new keyframes, how to use buttons in your website. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I am going to define the background of my page, and which can be a different background on every page, first of all. And before actually doing that, just make sure that your whichever workspace you're more comfortable with. I'm comfortable working with a classic workspace, so I went to Window, Workspace, and I checked on the classic. So here I can see the properties on the right side, and I can see on the toolbar on the left side, and I can drag and drop this anywhere else also if I want, and I can see the stage and the layers also. So this is for me it's very comfortable. Everything I need is actually very close to me, and I can reach it instantly. So this is the type of workspace I'm using now, and if you'd like to use any other workspace, you are free to do so. And then let's go ahead and create a page. So first of all, I would like to define a background. So this is my first page, and there's actually white background over here right now. If I want to change that, I'll right click anywhere on the white space, go to the properties, and then I'll change the background to something else. This is how I can change this. See, if I click on green and click OK, I'll see this has been turned to green. So this is how I change the background color of my page. So I'm gonna revert this to something better now, but I also need to show you something which is essentially something which you're going to do in your projects also. So what I'm going to do here is I'll create some uh, page, some layers. I'm going to create three layers. The first layer is page content, second layer is menu, and the third layer is uh, action script, AS for action script, which is uh, very simple programming like go to or stop, etc. Now I've got these three layers, and these three layers will have different kind of content on them, and we're gonna do that just in a minute. First of all, let me show you a little bit of better background color. So now you know, you right click and go to document properties and change the background color from this option. But to do a little bit better, I can actually have uh, something which is also called as gradient. So let me just show this to you. What I'm going to do now is I'm just changing this to something like, for example, this color here, dark gray, and then I come over here um, and select the rectangle tool, select a fill color which is a slightly lighter gray, this color, and then I draw a rectangle on top of my page, my first page. Make sure you do it correctly on the correct coordinates, so you fill it up correctly. Yeah. So now this is my rectangle which I've created on top of my page, um, and also make sure you do this on the background. So to do that, make sure you are doing this on the background. So my background layer should be there. So I've done this on my background layer and my page content menu, background, and action script. These are the four layers I have. The background can have not just only color but also something which we know as gradient. So to have gradient over here, just click on this fill color option, and you will see these different sorts of options of gradients which you have over here. You can select any one of these, and you can see the different effects which is there when you select any one of these. So now what it makes your page looks a little bit more cooler. It makes it look a little bit more catchy, the interface. So now you can also have this this white color in the center. You can change its position by going to the third tool from the top and select the gradient transform tool. When you do that, you should be able to select the gradient and then transform it, change its position on the page to send anywhere else you like here or over here, or make it to the top or bring it back anywhere you like. So let's keep it over here, and then there's one more thing which I can do. If you see, look at this color, at this color palette, click over here, and this is the white. What I'm going to do is, if you see, double click over here and click on this icon. I'm going to make it a little bit less uh, less heavy white, not very heavy white, but little less heavy white. So this is what it is changing into now, and I can give it another color also if I like. But this is how the gradient system works. And now what I am going to do is I will go to my menu and I'll import some buttons. And even though you will be creating your own buttons in your project, but I can just show you how you can use buttons. I'm going to use common library buttons, and let's just say what kind of buttons. Okay, let's look at these button bubbles. The bubble buttons. First of all, I need to import them, so let's make sure I have my library open by going to window and then library, drag and drop the blue button, and then drag and drop the green button, and then because as you'll keep on doing this drag and drop, it will keep on coming under here. So you can do the gray button also, and then also the orange button, and then the purple button if you like, red button also if you like, and then these are the types of buttons they are. You can choose another button also for an example, and so yeah, there are very interesting buttons in the built-in libraries over here. What I would like to do at this point is I would create a logo somewhere, the top right or the top left, depending upon whatever you're creating, the kind of application you're creating. You do that. Beneath the logo, there should be something like a header, and then there should be something like button, a menu. A menu contains buttons. Now your buttons can be uh, aligned towards vertically towards the left, or horizontally at the top, or vertically in the right and horizontally at the top if you're going on the Arabic orientation. So let's just do some buttons at the horizontal level, or maybe vertical level at the beginning. So I've got this button, enter. So the other one is green, and then I'll just change the text in a bit once I just place the buttons over here, and then gray, and then orange. So let's just stick with these four, and what I would like to do is upon entering any of these buttons, upon hovering my mouse over them, I'd like to, for example, play a sound right now. Okay, so let me just do this. I am just placing a heading over here for the company's name, Millennium Resort, for example, Al Musanna or Musna, something like that. So I just created a text, and there's no logo right now, but when you create your projects, obviously you'll be creating logo and place it somewhere nice. Make sure it is compressed form. It's not an uncompressed form. It should be a compressed form. and then you go to properties, and then you can actually select its size and color. So I'll make it like, for example, 28 points. If it's too big, then I'll come back to 26, let's say. Okay, and then I'll change the color to a suitable one in relation to this theme, which I have here now. Okay, and then I can change the font to anything else, for example, Comic Sans or anything which is more interesting to look at. Right, so what type of font is it? Bold or whatever. So regular. So I just create a heading here, and then I place it at the suitable place, and then now notice these are 4 of these. Now my idea is I'm creating this website um, uh, for a hotel or for a resort. So what I am going to do is I'm going to have 4 options over here. One is booking, the other one is reservations, third one is, let's say, promotions, and the last one is, for example, events. So this is what I am going to have. So now I've got the buttons here, so let's double click a button, which is the enter button, and you'll see these locks. These locks are here on the buttons also, the layers of the button, and these locks are here on the main page also. So these locks are there to help you avoid making changes to your layers accidentally. For example, uh, I've done the logo, or I've done the title over here, but I would not like to make changes to it anymore. And if I want to click in the background, um, and this is on top of it, for example, Millennium Resort, and in that case I need to select the background, for example. Okay, so but it is on top of this, and if it is obstructing me, I can go and lock this, and every time then I will select, always the background will be selected. This will not be selected, this keyframe will not be selected when I do selection from the screen. The one which is behind it will be selected. So this is what this lock does. um, so yeah, so let's go to the button back again, and I'm going to change this text. I need to unlock the text and change this to something like uh, booking, and selection icon again at the back. Right, now this booking tells me that there are 4, obviously you guys know there are 4 events. um, but what I would like to do is, whenever a mouse comes on top of uh, the button, I'll do insert keyframe, and I will actually want to play some sound over here. So in this case, what I would do is, again, make sure your library is over here, uh, and then go to Window, Common Libraries, go to Sounds, and pick up a sound which you like, and give it to the button, mouse over. So let's see which sound makes sense to us. So what I've done is I've just right clicked, insert keyframe, and I've added a new page, a new text box basically, um, on every keyframe, and that's all. So I yet have to link them to this button. With this button, I have to link the booking button to this keyframe. I have to link the reserve button to the reserve keyframe, and this promotion and about us button to this one, which is promotion, and this one, which is about us. So these are simply keyframes. I need to be able to press these buttons and go to that specific keyframe. So this will be like my page of a website, but obviously I've just written some text over here. When you'll be creating your project, you will create a complete page over here with your Images, make sure they are compressed correctly with high quality, good quality. Any sound effects, any motion tuning, any shape tuning, any animation you like to place over here, which is relative and makes sense, and built-in animations like fade in, fade out, etc. Uh, will all make your website look better, which you've seen. I've shown this to you in classes before. But now, for the purpose of very simplicity, I'm just showing you how to navigate these pages and complete your website. So to do that, you have to make sure you're in the first frame, click on your booking, go to window and code snippets. In the code snippets, you have to click to go to frame and stop. So what does this mean? It says when this guy is clicked, you should add this action to the action script, which is to click and go to a frame and stop. Which frame? This frame, this frame, this frame. This is the frame number. So now let's do this. Let's give this keyframe a name. So this keyframe I know is for booking. So you can do booking on the website. So I'll give it a name, which is booking over here. And this keyframe is for I know for reservation. So when this reserve is clicked, the button, it should come to this page, to this frame. So I'll click over the frame and then I will give it a name again. So this one is for promotions, so I'll give it promotions over here, and the last one is for this about us, so I will give it a name, about us. Now go back to your first frame and go back to clicking on booking, and then in the code snippets you click and go to frame and stop. Now what this will do is I don't have to write the name and the number of this frame, because later on if it may change, it will not affect me. I will just write click and go to booking and stop. So button 1, just give it a name, booking BTN. It's a convention, not the normal way to name your buttons. Booking button, go to and stop here, go to and stop at booking. This is what it means. So when this happens, you should go to booking and stop. This is booking. So you can just test this. Control enter if you're on Windows. So the sound is working. Click on booking. It's on booking now. Okay. So let's do this for the other ones also. Reserve. Click on reserve. Click on this code snippet. Reserve BTN. Okay. And now we would like to go to reserve and stop. Okay. So this one is my reserve. So make sure when you've done that you're here. If you're not here, then it may be a problem. So let's just verify that you were here. Yeah, so you're not here. So just delete this code. Make sure you do this from the beginning. So make sure you click on menu, the first one is menu. Click on the reserve button, again go to window, code snippets, then under timeline navigation click and go to frame and stop. Over here you should make sure you write the name of the keyframe, which is label. Then come back and click on the menu and then click on promotion. On this promotion, once it is clicked, go to the code snippets, give this button a name, promotion button, promotion BTN, go to and stop on, between single quotes, promotion. So likewise, make sure you're in the first frame, then click on about us, click to go to frame and stop, about us BTN, okay, and between single quotes give it about us. So now this should complete my navigation. Let's just control enter. Test the, yeah, this is booking. You can do the booking on this website. Reserve, you can reserve room, and you can, so this promotion is supposed to work. There's some problem about us. This is about us. So let's see what's the problem with the promotion. Go to the timeline again. Okay, this is promotion without with an S. I'll run again. Okay, so the promotion is working. Now, the one thing I asked you, I told you I will do later on is I would like to change the backgrounds. So I'll insert more keyframes across all um, the other alive frames, and obviously you know what it does is the keyframe, it will copy the previous one into the new one, and if you want to change, you can do any changes. The previous one will remain the same as before. So now here I would like to change the background. So the background is what it is showing now. I am going to change this background. I am going to delete this. The background is deleted. I'll select this rectangle again, and I'll select, let's say, this color, green, which is gradient green, and then I'll draw it over here, and it looks a little yucky. So what I am going to do is I'm going to click over here. What happened? Sorry. So yeah, so you selected this, the background, and you deleted this, and then with the new rectangle selected, you drew a new rectangle over it in the background. So what I would like to do is have the background selected, go to the colors. Okay, let's go to the colors, click on where it starts from, and give it a little bit more decent color, something like maybe something like this, which is a little lighter. Okay, and yes, so it is not that shiny anymore. So what you've done is actually you've created a different uh, background. So similarly for this reserve also, I will go and delete this. Click your the rectangle tool and make sure you're selecting some gradient. I'll in this case select some other gradient, this blue, and then I will draw this over here, and then I'll change its colors also. So I don't like this blue, it looks again yucky, so I'll go to the color palette, click over here, you make sure you do double click, and I'll choose something relatively decent, so maybe this one. Okay, and in the end also I will choose something maybe like this. Okay, so yeah, so that's better. So this is how you create navigation. You add sound, you add features to your buttons, and you see these are special buttons. When you click on them, there is sound being played, and also when you hover your mouse, the colors, there's something changed. So now these sounds I've added, they're annoying because they're very hard. So you should be selecting better sounds which do not annoy you, which are relatively more nicer to hear, and complete your project. So yeah, one more thing, in the beginning, if you want to change the size of your page, you right click, you want to change the size of your page, you can right click your page and go to the page, the document properties. If you can come out and go to document properties, and then increase the size from 550 pixels to maybe 650, in this case 500. That will increase the size of your page, but you have to do this in the beginning. Okay, like this. So that's it for now. Make sure you use compressed image, good quality, from Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. You draw it yourself or you import it from somewhere on the internet and modify it, make it uh, better quality, less file size, so the compression is there, and the audio files. Make sure you are using again good quality, less compression. You can enhance the audio quality from Adobe Audition very easily. So you know how to use Adobe Illustrator, you know how to use Adobe Photoshop, you know how to use Adobe Audition to modify the sounds or create the sounds yourself, and you know how to use Photoshop. If you're using these four tools, you have to create your project, which most of, I think at least many of you may have already started working on. But when you do the submission, make sure you accompany all of these files, not just the flash file, but your document audio files from Adobe Audition, and also the files from the Photoshop and Illustrator with the submission, and zip into one project, zip into one file. So when you submit, make sure all of those resources are there to be opened in Audition or Photoshop or Illustrator or Flash. So that was it. Good luck working on this, and I'll see you real soon. Also, make sure you, as I said before, have some logo over here, have nice pictures, maybe footer, maybe some lines that you would normally see. And I've sent you an email before with a real sample, and I hope you can take out something from that. So I'll save this um, with some name. Thank you very much for watching.